can I work on a visitor's visa? I also need to provide the types of visitor's visa and what they require of you. So how long does it take bound to visit those sites? Well, the earliest you can apply is work paid. Hello everybody, welcome. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. My name is visiotrs. So today I'll be talking about the visitor's visa, UK visitor's visa or tourism visa, as the case may be. So visitor's visa is a visa, obviously, that allows you to come to the UK as a visitor for different reasons. So I'll be addressing, I've made a slide, or a couple of slides as usual, that I'll be looking at every now and again. So if you see me looking down, looking at my slides. Standard visitor's visa, academia visa, medical tourist visa, marriage visit visa, study visit visa. How long can you stay? Usually 6 months, but you can apply for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years visa, 6 months visa. But at a stay, at a stretch, you can only stay 6 months, if that makes sense. So you can stay 11 months if it's for medical reasons. So if you're applying for the medical tourism visa, you're applying for a standard visitor's visa, but the category is for medical reasons, you can stay for up to 11 months. And if you need to extend on that medical tourist visa, you can extend because you're here for medical reasons, if that makes sense. So if you're on an academia visa kind of visa, you can stay for up to 12 months. You and your partner and your children, you can stay for up to 12 months as the case may be. Like I said, you can apply for 2 years, 5 years, or 10 years as the case may be. So on tourism visa, so that's a standard visitor's visa, coming to the UK as a tourist, maybe to sightsee, to visit friends, visit family, what can you do? So like I said, you can spend time with family and friends, take a holiday, do a recreational course, volunteer for up to 30 days with a registered charity, take part in a school exchange program. So these are the things that you can do on a tourism visa. If you're visiting on business, what can you do? For many different reasons, including if you want to attend seminars and conferences, if you want to attend business meetings, you can come to the UK on business visitors visa for these reasons. If you want to provide training, as long as it's in a place that you're knowledgeable. If you're coming on business and you're being paid by a UK organization, you would then have to apply for a paid engagement visa, because now you're being paid. Obviously, you can come to the UK for business seminars, business conferences, to impact knowledge in a specific field, for an internal project for a company. But in the scenario that you have to be paid by a UK organization, you would then have to apply. My hand's moving too much. Apply for a paid engagement visa. If you're visiting for study, usually it's a tier 4 study visa, which I've spoken about in one of my videos, that you would have to apply for. But there is an opening or a loop, and when you're applying for visa and you plan on studying, so this is what you can do. You can visit to study for up to 6 months at an accredited institution for maybe like an English course, a short course. So for up to 6 months. So if you apply for a 6 month visa, that's the 6 months that you have. If you apply for a 2 years visa and it's a 6 months course, it might not be feasible. So maybe look for a course that's 3 months, 2 months, 1 month, and then you can use the study visitor's visa to come study. It's still under the standard visitor's visa, by the way, just that these are the leverages for studying on using a visitor's visa, if that makes sense. A short piece of research relevant to your course. Maybe you're a medical student, maybe you're a dentist, maybe you're an accountant, and you're coming for research. You're coming for an elective, an optional additional placement if you're studying vet medicine, science, or dentistry. If you need to study for longer than 6 months, then my friend, you would have to apply for a normal student visa. That's a tier 4 visa. If you're visiting as an academia, so let's say you are a professor, you're a lecturer in another country and you're visiting, you can take part in formal exchange with your UK counterparts. So if you're a senior doctor or a dentist, you can take part in research, teach as long as it's not a permanent position, and take part in clinical practice as long as it's not a permanent position. This for doctors, senior doctors and dentists under the visiting for academic reasons, so as a visiting academia. These are the things that you can do. So if you're visiting for medical reasons, like I said, you're allowed to stay for up to 11 months and you can extend for that reason if it's for medical reasons and you need more time. So what can be done, or what can you do if you're visiting for medical reasons? If you're visiting as an organ donor, you can stay for the time needed for you to be assessed as fit to donate an organ or donate whatever you're donating to maybe a family member or a friend. You can stay for that time being. If you want to have a private medical treatment, you can, as long as you're paying for it and it's not going to burden the NHS. You can visit for private medical treatment, assessment, surgery, as long as you're paying for it. So how long does it take? You usually apply online and then you take maybe the printout copy or the documents you wish to submit to the application center, and make sure you make the appointment way ahead of time, because sometimes your country or residents may not have an appointment center and you have to travel. So that allows time for you to travel. So apply online, you take the documents that you require, usually your bank statements. If you're being sponsored, bank statement of your sponsor, what they do, and a proof of your address, where you stay. You apply online. And also something that you should know is that the visa application center might keep your passport. So make sure that you're not applying for that and planning to apply for another visa and apply for another one. Just have in mind that the visa application center might keep your passport unless you're paying for priority or super priority, and then you get your passport the same day or maybe the next day. The earliest you can apply is 3 months before you travel. Something they will ask you where you plan on staying in the UK. If you have an invitation letter, make sure you have an invitation letter from somebody, maybe say in the UK, and you can also prove what relationship you have with this person, if it's your friend, a husband, a partner, or a sister. You can prove that, okay, this person is your sister, this is where you'll be staying, and the accommodation, would it be rented? You have the address and the postcode. So that's for the application itself. Hopefully I'll address how to apply for visa differently and how to fill the application. Well, these are just hints and tips in between this video, important for you to know about, basically necessary for you to know about. And you usually get a decision within 3 weeks. How much does it cost? So the standard visitor visa fee is about £95. That's if you're applying for just 6 months, it's about £95. For 2 years, it's £361. For 5 years, it's £655. For 10 years, it's £822. If you're extending or switching, like I said, you can only extend or switch on medical grounds. You can't switch from a visitor's visa to a tier 2 visa. You can't switch from a visitor's visa to a tier 4 visa while in the UK. You would have to return to your home country, then apply for a tier 2 visa. That's if you have a sponsor. Tier 4 visa if you have a sponsor cast as well. I addressed that in one of my videos. The link is down below. But that's the only reason you can switch a visitor's visa or extend is if it's for medical reasons, and you apply for a medical reason visitor's visa, then you can extend for longer than 11 months of duration needed to complete your medical procedure. So the question people usually ask is, can I work on a visitor's visa? Like I said, you can work, but it has to be voluntary work under a registered charity. Voluntary work, not paid. So you can't work like tier 2 kind of work that it's under, like you need a degree based on the point-based system. For you to work and get paid the minimum wage, you would have to apply for a tier 2 visa. As long as you meet the criteria, and you have to apply for that visa from your home country. You can't be on a visitor visa in the UK and apply for a work permit or apply for a student visa. So no, on a visitor visa you can't work paid, like paid. If you come for tourism, the reason you've come is tourism. And if you found out that you applied for a visitor visa and you're working, maybe if you're working as a nurse, if you work because you're a nurse in your country, you come here and work as a nurse, and you're being paid. Obviously, the person that employed you, or the person paying you backhandedly, will get in trouble, and you also will get in trouble because you broke the law. If you state in your application that you are coming for tourists, you intend on visiting so and so and so and so, obviously you're not bound to visit those sites because things can happen, but you came for tourism, you came to see friends and family, you said you'll be a so place, but you're found doing something that is prohibited on the visitor's visa, you are definitely going to enter into trouble with the immigration officers. Now addressing the application proper. A few things you will need when applying for the visa: information about how long you plan on staying, dates you plan on traveling to the UK, details of where you'll be staying in the UK, how much you think your trip will cost, your current home address in your home country, and how long you've lived there. This is the likely question to be asked when you're filling your application online. And before I continue, make sure you're careful. In your home country, people that offer to help you fill out your application, offer to or guarantee that you get a visa, it's easy to do this yourself. Your parents' name and date of birth if known, how much you earn in a year. So if you're traveling as a visitor, it's perfect if you're working, it's perfect if you're schooling back in your home country. So if you're working, they'll ask you how much are you earning when you start working there, what's the name of your company, and a reference person that they can contact to actually prove that you work in that context in that company. Sometimes they don't call, but they always sometimes ask for a reference source or referee from your company that you say that you work at. So, and finally, details of any criminal or civil criminal offense that may have happened. You might also need to provide details of your travel history within the past 10 years. Have you applied for visa for certain countries, sometimes Canada, America, US, and if you say yes, they ask you how long did you stay there and what was the reason for travel and whatnot. So there are certain documents that are different if you're applying for certain reasons: traveling for research purposes, if you're traveling as an organ donor for private medical treatment, if you're traveling for maybe your OSCEs, if you're traveling for lab test exams. There's definitely certain documents you will need to provide. Like I said, I'll be addressing it properly in another video. This is just a quick list. There's so much more that they ask you. Hopefully I do a separate video on guiding you how to fill the application proper and how to answer questions and what not to include and whatnot, but this is all I wanted to address: the types of visitor's visa and reasons you can visit the UK on a visitor's visa, and making sure that you're applying for the right visitor's visa. It's nice to say it, but anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. Until next time, my name is Ambisi Ezen.